I'm quitting alcohol. So I'm watching the Jimmy Savile documentary at the moment. I'm not even actually watching it. My wife's watching it. I'm on the fucking couch trying to read the preliminary practices of Tibetan Buddhism, and I look above the book and there's a fucking pedophile telling jokes on TV and getting huge laughs. I swear to God, Jimmy Savile is a cartoon character version of a pedophile. He wasn't even trying to hide it. If you ask like one of those police sketch artists to sketch you a fucking character of a fucking pedophile, they would come back with Jimmy Savile's fucking head. He was pretty much an open pedophile. He was openly pedophilic. He was out of the closet or out of the nursery or wherever the fuck he came out of. The fucking basement cellar. I don't know what you cunts were thinking over there in England. He was like a rock star as well. It was like the Royals and then Jimmy Savile. And they're all fucking kids together. At least with Michael Jackson, he sung some good tunes. So you could turn a blind eye because you like Thriller and the Moonwalk. But I'm really struggling to see what other talents Jimmy Savile had besides being a pedophile. All his jokes are basically sexual innuendo. There was one point in this fucking doco, he was getting interviewed on national TV, and he said this joke, I forget what it was. It was basically, I fucking hope a little fucking girl comes out and jerks me off. Something like that. And the crowd laugh, and the camera pans over the crowd, and it's like 400 pedophiles. It's like they subconsciously knew and the pedophiles all came out. I swear to God, the crowd looked like just as big a fucking pedophiles as Jimmy Savile. I think the whole fucking country are accomplices in this fucking mess because there were rumors about him fucking wanting to fuck kids going around since like the 1970s, late 1970s. And when did he start getting busted? I think it was after he was dead. Was it after he was dead? That would be fucked up if it was. Because that's like 30 years. They gave him the keys to the fucking children's mental hospital or something like that. He just had a fucking run of it. Then they fucking knighted him. Margaret Thatcher like fucking knighted this cunt. So instead of like looking into the rumors about this cunt fucking kids, they're like, this cunt needs to be knighted. The guy that looks like a fucking cartoon character of a pedophile, they just laughed it off. He couldn't possibly be a fucking pedophile. He looks too much like a pedophile to be a pedophile. I don't know what the fuck you were all thinking. Even Rolf Harris, the Australian pedo, he had a fucking wobble board and could paint and shit. He could distract you with his talent. Fucking Jimmy Savile. He's fucking on TV in like short yellow shorts with his old creaky balls hanging out and shit. And the English are just laughing their heads off. What a fucking crazy dude this guy is. I'm sorry, England, but if it smells like a pedophile, acts like a pedophile, looks like a pedophile, usually it is a pedophile. It's not even up to the bad parts yet. It's still like setting the scene, how famous he was, how much of a philanthropist he was, how he was connected with the fucking royals and everyone, how he was like a wrestler or some shit. He worked in the mines and that. Fucking working class Jimmy. Just one of us. Anyway, it's fucking hard to concentrate on loving kindness when you're looking over the book, staring at some fucking pedophile, smoking a cigar, leering at young girls. But I was thinking about it. I was like, that cunt's in the hell realm and he's not having a good time at the moment. I wonder when you go to the hell realm if you remember why you're there. Or is it just too much pain? You're just screaming the whole time. You don't even have enough of a break from your suffering to remember why you're suffering. Fuck. No wonder he was a philanthropist. He obviously had a guilty conscience. He was trying to fucking balance out his karma. And that seems to have been all anyone saw for 30 years was his philanthropy. If you put him in a pedophile lineup with other pedos and ask someone to choose the biggest pedo, he would win 100% of the time. And somehow he still got away with it, despite the rumors, despite what he looked like, despite the fact he had the key to like the children's ward at a hospital around his neck at all times. And I think he had like a decked out room in the hospital where he could just do what he wanted. Jesus Christ, England, what the fuck were you thinking? Anyway, it brings me to this week's conspiracy cop, which is the elite's fucking children. That was probably one of the bigger conspiracy theories when I was fucking deep diving back in 2010. Your man David Icke, he was raving about it all the time. Alex Jones. This is in 2010. Icke was saying the fucking entire royal family were just fucking pedophiles. The head honcho was that Queen Elizabeth's fucking husband, who, to be honest with you, looks almost as much of a pedophile as Jimmy Savile. So those guys were fucking raving about the elites being pedophiles for fucking years, and no one believed them. They got laughed out of town for all this shit. They were talking about the Clintons being pedos as well. All sorts of people. Pretty much anyone earning over like $110,000 a year as a pedo. No, it's a lot more than that. Maybe let's say if you've got over like 500 million or a billion, that world opens up to you. And it also opens up to you if you've got no money as well. So it's either completely broke or a billionaire. But no one wanted a fucking piece of it. And then what happened? Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey fucking Steen and his Lolita Express. How fucking brazen is that? He might as well have just called his crooked fucking dick the Lolita Express. So Epstein gets busted and he's connected to all the big fucking names. The Royals, Trump, Kevin Spacey, Clintons. I can't remember who else was on his fucking flight list for the Lolita Express, but a bunch of different cunts. And where were they flying to on Pedophile Air? They were flying to Pedophile Island. So once Epstein got busted, I was thinking, fuck, everyone's going to go down. It's out. The secret that these cunts have been yelling about for fucking a decade, for longer than that, I only found out a decade ago, is finally out in the open. It's concrete. Now, finally, the cunts are going to fall. And what happened? Nothing. They killed Epstein, and then it all got fucking swept under the carpet. Except for fucking Prince Andrew. He took the bullet for the fucking whole royal family. That autistic cunt. I remember watching an interview. I think it was fucking Oprah was interviewing Chris Tucker. And Chris Tucker had become like really good friends with Bill Clinton. And they were traveling through Africa and all this sort of shit. And I was like, is Chris Tucker a fucking pedophile? And apparently Chris Tucker was on the Lolita Express and all sorts of shit as well. I got told this fucking story by a mate of mine. So his best mate is some fucking uber rich cunt. He lives on a fucking island in the Bahamas or wherever the fuck Pedophile Island was. So he was like around the corner from Epstein Island. Anyway, he was sitting in his fucking pedo mansion and he saw a fire down near the shore and he goes to check it out and it was... This sounds insane, but he assures me it's true. He sees fucking Oprah, Bruce Springsteen, and I think it was Paul McCartney doing some sort of fucking ritual. That sounds insane. I was like, what the fuck is Bruce Springsteen, Oprah, and fucking Paul McCartney doing? They're all like billionaires, but how are they connected? And then like last year, Bruce Springsteen and Obama started a podcast. And then I remembered fucking Bruce Springsteen was down there doing a fire ritual with Oprah and Paul McCartney. And I'm like, fucking, he's part of it. The Illuminati is alive and well. Anyway, I went a little bit off track there. But that's where you get the best information these days. Fuck the internet. You can't verify anything on the internet anymore. You need to get your information from a friend of a friend. That's how you fucking learn shit. Anyway, if you don't think there's some pedophile action going on in the elite circles, I don't know what else to say to you. If Jimmy Savile can fucking hobnob with the fucking royals and the most influential people in the UK, and Epstein can also hobnob with the fucking royals and the most influential people in the world, I don't know what more evidence you need. Do you need the photos? Because there are photos, and that's why Epstein's dead. Anyway, guilty. They're all fucking guilty. That's my verdict. So that will do for tonight, the pedophile episode. It was coming. It was probably overdue. Anyway, that's it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.